Good evening and welcome to John McConnell Stadium. Jeff Matthews along with Jim Files. It is nice to be in the booth at home. It has been a while, 328 days since the last regular season game for the Wampus Cats at John McConnell Stadium. There was the game against Fayetteville back in the playoffs a year ago, but almost 11 months between home games. Finished out last year's regular season on the road for twice, and this regular season with two road games. But it's nice to be home for the Wampus Cats tonight against a very, very talented Springdale Har-Ber team. Jim, it's a team that went 3-8 a year ago. They really weren't all that talented. Luke Hannon was great, but other than that, they didn't have a lot to show. That's not the case this year.
Yeah, I mean, and if you remember that game last year, when we beat them pretty easily, they had a good running game. Their problem was quarterback play. They rotated 3 different guys in at quarterback and couldn't get anything done. They've got that guy this year in Fuller, and he's the real deal. They're throwing more now than they are running, so it's a really balanced team.
We had a chance to talk to Coach Ashcraft yesterday. We'll have the Coach Glenn Ashcraft show for you now. That's coming up in just a moment on the Conway Regional Health System pregame show. Kickoff coming up in just a few minutes on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
Hi, and welcome to the Coach Glenn Ashcraft Show. I'm Jeff Matthews, joined by Coach Ashcraft. We are at Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center. Thank you to Conway Regional Health System for sponsoring Wampus Cat football this year and the Coach Ashcraft Show. Coach, let's talk about the victory at Jonesboro, an athletic team, a good 6A team that had a lot of talent on the field, but I thought your team really played well.
Yeah, you know, we got behind early, and you don't want that to happen, but it was interesting to us as coaches to see how our kids handled it, and they did just what we've been preaching, you know, just keep playing, play the next play, and we're able to get back in it and then pull away at the end.
McCall Dale had a breakout game.
Yeah, McCall did great. You know, we talked to him Wednesday and Thursday. Coach Schwartz was on him about just run the ball hard. He and Shamar, I felt like both of them did that and played very physical, kind of stepped that part of their game up.
And that's a player that we're missing, of course, is Mark Odom. We've talked about it a couple of times, but those two guys have shown as a 1-2 punch. They're handling the load.
Yeah, you know, and they're working well together, and they're very unselfish, and those are all good things.
Talk about Braylon's performance. It wasn't his best performance number-wise, but what did we not see that you saw as a leader on the field?
Well, you know, there was a lot of things that go on with Braylon that people don't know about, and in that game especially, getting us out of a bad run play and seeing the front he was getting and putting us in a good run play. So people don't know that he's even doing those things. Our guys in the field house obviously do.
Talk about defensively. Will Kennedy, I thought, played a great game stepping in for Cole Tollett.
Yeah, you know, it's Will was a guy we were hoping to be a backup and just give us some depth, and you know, he and Zach Arnold both have had to step up and fill that hole with Cole's injury, and really proud of him, especially being a sophomore that early.
Christian Underwood played well. I know that a kicker always takes the brunt of the abuse whenever you have a game like he did in week 1. It's not all him. It's blocking, it's the snap, it's the hold. But I thought that whole unit played well.
Well, and that's the thing. We went, it may be a little insane, but I think we had 31 live reps of field goal and extra points against all-out rush. So hopefully that gives him some confidence going forward.
Final non-conference game against Springdale Har-Ber. It's a different-looking Har-Ber team than we played a year ago up there.
Yeah, they had the quarterback from Springdale High transferred to Har-Ber. He's obviously a great passer, good athlete, so that kind of changed their offense a little bit.
And Luke Hannon, who's got some Conway connections. He's got family here coming to town as a real great back.
Luke was the leading rusher in 7A West, so he's going to present a challenge himself. So they're very very diverse offensively. A lot of the same formations, but they're going to throw it deep and try to pound you up front.
I know we're excited about it, and I'm sure you and the team are ready to be at home.
Well, it's that's what we talked about yesterday. We had to go through our pregame for home games because it's different than the way we do it on the road. So we're excited to be back.
All right, we'll kick it off soon. Thanks, Coach. Back with more in a moment on the pregame show on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
When someone you love is having surgery, you want to feel helpful, so you support them as they get better. But most importantly, you want them to have the best care available. That's why you trust Conway Regional, ranked among the top 10% in the nation for general surgery by CareChecks, who also ranked us #1 in the state for major cardiac surgery. And we've received 5-star ratings from Health Grades for hip fracture and knee replacement surgery year after year. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
And welcome back to the press box here at Tom John McConnell Stadium. Jeff Matthews and Jim Files, stats. Scott Taylor's here as well. Levi Gilbert, who handles all of our online presence on Friday nights. And, of course, for our home games, that is where you'll get live updates on Facebook and on Twitter, including exclusive web highlights that you'll be able to see throughout the game. The captains are making their way on the field. The teams will be on there in just a second. Jim, let's take a look at your 5 keys for victory. The Cats are 1-1 coming in. So is Springdale Har-Ber.
Right, yeah, looked a lot better, and they answered a lot of the questions last week. This week, again, next man up. You've got to continue to replace injured players as Datron Macon went down, and we could really use that guy in a game like this with a great running game. Offensive consistency is the next part. Braylon, it was an inconsistent game for him. It may be a great game for a lot of quarterbacks, but for him, inconsistent, had an interception, and receivers had a fumble. So they've got to be consistent and in rhythm. I don't think we've really seen them get in a good, consistent rhythm yet. Special teams, I still have questions, especially going into conference play. They need to build some confidence and do the kicking parts that they did last week that went well, but also do the coverage part too. There was a couple of breakdowns last week. They need to get that straightened out and make their own plays too on special teams. Have a good start. I think that's a big key. They did start out a little slow against Jonesboro, and I think against this Har-Ber team, the offense is really on them. Those guys need to score. It would be great if their first couple of possessions they could get some points on the board, because the defense is going to have a lot of pressure on them, and I don't know that they can stop Har-Ber that much. I think if they can get a couple stops, that's great. It looks like a kind of a shootout for me, and the offense needs to do their part. Defense, as I mentioned with the next man up, they've got to keep plugging in because they've taken most of the loss in this. Donald Joshua is coming in for Macon. He's got to get in and perform. Will Kennedy's got to get in and perform for Cole Tollett. And J.J. Jackson, we still haven't seen him this year. Eric Webster's, he's done good, but those guys are going to be tested tonight. They need to make some plays, like they did in that second half against Jonesboro. The defense needs to show up tonight.
Wampus Cats will be tested tonight. Springdale Har-Ber led by Fuller Chandler. He is their starting quarterback. A year ago played at Springdale High. He was an all-conference selection and made the transfer over to Springdale Har-Ber. Fuller Chandler, he's 6'1", 205-pound senior quarterback. He's already thrown for almost 600 yards, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then when they do run the ball, it'll be Luke Hannon that will be the primary running back. He was the leading rusher a year ago in the 7A West. On the field right now are 4 captains. Unfortunately, 2 of those captains are a couple of the seniors who are not able to play. You see Cole Tollett and D'Artagnan Thompson there making their way off the field, and they are not dressed the way they wanted to for their home opener as seniors. Also, Jordan Esther and Jacob Brown, your 2 other captains for the Wampus Cats. So it is going to be a great night. It is great to see those boys in blue. It has been a long time since we've been able to see the guys with their blue jerseys on, their home jerseys. And the Wampus Cats make their way onto the field at John McConnell Stadium. The host team tonight, good to be back home against Springdale Har-Ber. Braylon Smith, senior quarterback. McCall Dale and Shamar Harper played so well a week ago in the backfield. too many guys that you're seeing dressed in jeans and shorts over there. You see Taj Spate, just hate it for those guys. And Taj is one of the guys that's is a junior, but so many of the injured players are actually seniors. And you see Cole Tollett there with the brace on his left leg. You saw D'Artagnan Thompson with the huge cast on his left wrist. Had a chance to visit with him for just a moment before the game, and your heart just breaks for those guys. And the injury a week ago to Datrion Macon, just an absolutely unfortunate injury. And Austin Norris actually fell on him. They met at the quarterback. It was a great play that those two defensive ends made. Unfortunately, the injury occurred, broken rib, and Datrion has definitely been in our thoughts and prayers this week. And I know that Coach has spent a lot of time up there with him in the hospital. Hopefully Datrion back home real soon. Now the Wampus Cats are going to get the football first. Kicking off is Jesus Zamumbo for the Springdale Har-Ber Wildcats. They are coached by Chris Wood. 71 wins at Har-Ber. He's got 109 wins in his career. They're coming off of a victory last week against Kansas City Rockhurst, 49-21. That Rockhurst team was good.
Yeah.
They're actually led by a running back who is committed to play his college football at Wisconsin. And this Har-Ber team shut him down. We'll see how the Wampus Cats fare tonight as we are underway. The home opener has started.
Mercy rolled that Rockhurst team, yeah. Very impressive.
Monte Allen takes the opening kickoff deep in the end zone, and the Wampus Cats will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as we get things underway. Braylon Smith. Braylon, 28 out of 54 on the year, 475 yards, couple of touchdowns. He did throw a pick a week ago. Along the offensive line, those seniors that have played together for so long: Jacob Brown, Zach Mills, Josh Bader, Sam Cloyd, and Ethan Williams. Power set with Jesse Ellis starting at tight end. Jack Pillow is at the H-back. And Shamar Harper gets the handoff into the secondary.
Boy, he had a lot of green right when he got through that line. The left side of the Wampus Cat offensive line opened up a huge hole for him. Linebacker guessed wrong there as he goes to the left. Look at that, and got blocked by the guard.
Brighton Cook makes the stop, a 14-yard gain for Shamar Harper. It's a Conway Regional 1st down.
Zach Mills getting out on that linebacker. Huge block there. Free him.
Staying on the ground.
Again.
Shamar again. 6-yard gain. It is 2nd down and 4.
Well, those Har-Ber linebackers, they're just going in and filling a hole. And the Wampus Cats are getting to them very easily, opening up some holes.
Jacob Robertson made the stop. We'll give him 5 yards down at the 39. 2nd and 5.
See if they stick with that.
3 wideouts.
They don't. They play back this time.
First pass of the night. Almost intercepted. Blaze Brothers was in coverage on DeMonte Allen. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Great position there. Allen was defended very well. No room at all to make a play. He just had to defend that ball.
So the first 3rd down of the night for the Wampus Cats. Braden Leach, Marquise Pleasant to the near side. Smith in trouble, loses the football. He held on to it.
Yeah.
Just fell awkwardly there. It's going to be a loss, and the first 3rd drive of the night, first 3rd down, is not going to be successful. The Wampus Cats will be forced to punt. That'll bring on Grayson Pinkett.
Well, after a couple of defensive misalignments there for Har-Ber, they did the right ones the last couple, and Conway looked like they should have stayed to the run there as Har-Ber kept dropping those linebackers back into what Conway ended up throwing to.
Jack Pillow handles the deep snap. Trey Smith back deep to receive. Nice spiraling punt. Grayson Pinkett gets a good bounce. Trey Smith tackled at the 32-yard line. Jack Pillow down there to make the stop. Also Shamar Harper. So I make a couple of big special teams plays a week ago. So the Har-Ber Wildcats on the field for the first time tonight. 1st and 10. We'll have the ball at the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep an eye on, we talked a lot about Hannon and how good he was last year, and he is a really good back. He had 2 fumbles through the first 2 games. So he has been coughing the ball up.
Donald Joshua, Donovan Watson, and Austin Norris, your down lineman.
And he's not in the backfield right now.
Whistle comes in. And Tavius Ellis, number 23. Nick Fletcher, number 22. Logan Camp, number 20. And Sawyer Tomlin, number 46. Those are your linebackers. The secondary, it's Eric Webster, Connor Maltbia, Cameron King, and Will Kennedy. Will getting the start in place of the injured Colt Hallett. See with this formation, actually 23 and Tavius Ellis steps up on the line.
4 wideouts. And they bring the back out, set up that screen.
Boy, Fuller Chandler's pass is complete to Trey Smith, but absolutely nowhere to go. Whole host of Wampus Cats, Sawyer Tomlin, Nick Fletcher, Austin Norris, and more there to stack up Trey Smith. Trey Smith, a 5'7", 155-pound junior. We saw him all over the field a year ago. Actually played a little bit at quarterback.
He did, that's right. Has not rushed the ball, but 2 times, or I'm sorry, 4. Has 10 receptions on the season, 158 yards.
Got him.
Oh, got to bring him down. No.
Now they got him. Boy, yeah, a little premature on the call there.
Yeah.
You saw that pressure in the second half a week ago against Jonesboro, and you see it coming there. They met in the backfield.
Watch Norris beat his guy and get back there. He's the first guy. That is great to see. It's a good night if Norris can keep doing that.
Austin Norris just blew past Manuel Carrillo, number 66. And it is 3rd down and 25.
And I mean, that's one thing you don't want to do as a left tackle, get beat to the inside, and that's what happened to him.
Chandler looks deep and throws. Pass is complete. He caught it on his knees. That was Tyler Blackston, their leading receiver.
Close to the original line of scrimmage.
Going to be 4th down and about 10.
Yep.
So the Wampus Cat defense, one of your keys to the game tonight, Jim, looked good in that first drive.
Very good, and I'm especially impressed with that defensive line. They got through there and they put pressure on Chandler. He did not have time to throw, and when he did, the defensive backs were swarming.
Braden Leach will stand at the 25-yard line and await the punt. Jesus Zamumbo handles all the kicking chores for Springdale Har-Ber. He will punt the football away. 5'9", 160-pound sophomore.
Low snap there.
Got it away. Bounces at the 40. Takes a good bounce for the Wampus Cats, and they will have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Want to encourage the kids in your life to share ideas and thoughts on how to conserve electricity by entering the 3rd annual Conway Corp Energy Smart Poster and Essay Contest. Prizes awarded in multiple categories. In preschool through 12th grade, you can learn more by going to conwaycorp.com/Energy Smart Contest. The Wampus Cat offense on the field for the 2nd time tonight. Shamar Harper in at tailback. We will see McCall Dale at some point. He and Harper sharing the running duties and doing a great job.
Harper with a couple of big runs on that first drive. Got a 1st down. Has 19 yards.
Short gain that time. Couple of yards. Stop made by Oliver Nasili. His brother Tali will see at running back some.
Yep.
Oliver is the younger of the two and the bigger of the two.
He started at tailback for him on that first drive.
High snap, good catch, good handoff. Shamar Harper, good yardage. Nasili makes the stop. He was up high.
That was a great play by Braylon. Sometimes it helps to be a 6'3" quarterback reaching up there, and just a great job of his hands, grabbing the ball and putting it into Harper's belly there to get that good run.
That will be enough for a Wampus Cat 1st down, a Conway Regional 1st down. 7:25 to play in the 1st quarter. There is no score from John McConnell Stadium. Great to be home. 11 months since the last regular season home game. Only one postseason game in the last 11 months, so it is great to be in the home press box and the home stands. That's McCall Dale running through the home line. Gets to the 47-yard line. We'll give him the 46, and it is 2nd down.
What a great game he had against Jonesboro. What a spark he provided.
Robertson on the stop. Nice new addition to John McConnell Stadium this year. The chairback seats that are in the reserve section right in front of us. Nice addition. Those folks are going to have to get out of them soon, we hope. Maybe right now. McCall Dale into the secondary, showing the home fans what he showed the visiting fans a week ago. To the 30-yard line. It's a Conway Regional first down.
He just doesn't hesitate. He sees the hole, he goes through it, and watch the balance at the end of this run here. Lots of contact. He keeps going through it, his power, but this is his balance. He went right through that last tackle that most people would have went down on.
5 more yards after that hit at the 35-yard line. His balance carried him to the 30 where it's 1st and 10. Quick pass. Complete to DeMonte Allen. He's to the 23.
Good job of fighting through that first tackle.
Jacob Robertson makes the stop.
And that's what it's going to take. The Wampus Cats making plays, breaking tackles, and picking up some yards.
Monte Allen and Marquise Pleasant, along with Braden Leach. We wondered at the start of the year who would step up as a receiver, and really all 3 of those guys have looked good. Dale right through the middle. Takes a big hit by Robertson at the 20-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down.
Dale was the ball carrier.
Looks like he's got it from here.
And Jacob Robertson.
Yeah, if it's right there on the 20, it ought to be enough.
Boy, and you're right. That receiving core was a big question mark for us coming in, and those guys have been solid. They have been a strength of the team, not a question mark.
So it's 1st and 10, Wampus Cats, a Conway Regional first down at the 20-yard line.
Allen and Pleasant. We haven't even seen Taj Spate yet. You know, I think we've got some depth there.
Pleasant to the far side. Allen to the near side. Flags come in. False start called against the Wampus Cats.
I don't know if we talked about it enough. I know we talked about it with Christian Underwood, the performance he had last week, you know, to recover from the game against Cabot. Perfect game. He played great. And, you know, now you feel a little bit better when Conway gets inside the 20. We can kick a field goal with confidence.
After the penalty, the football.
It's a tough game to come back from, and he did it. Going home to Cabot, and I'm sure there were a lot of nerves there, and it wasn't just him. It's a bad game all around on that kicking unit, and they completely recovered last week in Jonesboro.
Jason Brasher is our referee tonight, and he's asking for the game clock to be changed back to 5:06, and the guys in the booth next to us have done that, and we're ready to go. First down and 15 following the penalty stepped off. Braylon under center. I formation. Jack Pillow providing a good block to the 21-yard line is McCall Dale. Gets back 4 of the 5 that were lost. It's 2nd and 11.
I like that play. Get Dale out in space, and as you mentioned, Pillow with a nice block to free him. Not a huge gain, but keep going to that, and you're going to pick up some yards.
Back to the shotgun. 4.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. No score from Conway. Reverse. That's Marquise Pleasant. Cuts it upfield. There is a flag on the play. Gets to the 16-yard line. We'll see what the call is.
Well, it was right where Braylon was. I don't know if he was holding or something else happened there.
Tackle was made by David Fowle.
Yeah.
It is going to be a hold against the Wampus Cats.
Wampus Cats shooting themselves in the foot here. A couple of penalties now. That did not fool Har-Ber much at all. Looked like there was some space out there, but it closed quick. Pleasant didn't do himself any favors either when he hesitated. That's a quick play. I mean, you just got to hit that at full speed.
2nd down and 20. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Smith to throw.
Plenty of time. Got to get rid of it, though.
He hits D'Artagnan Thompson in it, or in the with it in the good hand. I hate to see so many injuries that this team is dealing with, but that next man up philosophy, you talked about it, Coach talks about it, it is certainly a part of what this team does. It is 3rd down and 20.
And they don't even have to get all this back. If they can get to around the 20, they can feel pretty good about kicking a field goal.
Yeah, that was a huge confidence boost for Christian Underwood a week ago, and this entire team. Smith looks deep.
Oh, they got
Once
him.
Marquise
got him.
Pleasant.
Oh, they had him. He had inside position. That was a perfectly thrown ball. Pleasant's got to come up with that one. What a great play call.
So it is 4th down and 20.
And now you're just going to go for it here. You can't think field goal.
Ball's at the 30-yard line.
Heck, run that same play.
Yeah, that's. I like Marquise Pleasant's chances of catching it next time.
Yeah, I do too.
He had good position. Pleasant and Leach to the near side.
And I hadn't mentioned Leach yet, but that's another one of those good receivers.
Another flag comes in. Braylon gets tackled at the 42-yard line. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Usually on the offense.
There was a flag on the play.
See if Conway was holding.
Well, the Har-Ber defense has stayed on the field. Our offense has left. Let's see what the call is. Illegal formation. That will be declined, and the Har-Ber Wildcats are going to take over 1st and 10.
Boy, they got to the 20, and then they started going backwards. And, a great drive, but they get nothing out of it. A lot of positive signs, though. But again, there were positive signs in Cabot. They just got to get some points on the board.
3:34 to go in the first quarter. There is no score. 1st and 10. Hand off to Hannon. First run of the night for Luke Hannon, leading rusher in the 7A a year ago, 7A West.
Conway with 56 yards. Har-Ber with 5.
Picked up a couple there. 2nd down and 8.
They did get the ball first, but off to a good start.
Hannon again.
Hard runner.
Between the guards to the 45-yard line. It is 3rd down.
Big 3rd down play here. And you can see he's a running back that he doesn't want to go down. He wants to keep fighting, and those guys will give you opportunities to strip the ball too.
3rd down and 4. Staying on the ground.
Ooh, that's close.
Just about to midfield, and if he is, then that's going to move the chains. Tavius Ellis, listed in the Democrat Gazette today as one of the top tacklers in the state with 23 tackles.
Yeah, Ellis has been playing phenomenal, for sure.
He and Austin Norris both listed among the top tacklers in the state. 2:17 to play in the opening quarter. It is enough for a 1st down. Chandler hands off to Luke Hannon, who runs to the right. And boy, he puts his shoulder down and runs over people. Looks like that may be enough for another 1st down. To the 41. Maybe just a little short.
Yep, a little short.
So 2nd down and short.
See if they look downfield here. A lot of coaches like to do that on a 2nd and short. Nope.
Stay on the ground to Hannon. He will dive to the 35. Stopped by Logan Camp, 5'10", 175-pound junior linebacker. That will move the chains 1st and 10 for Springdale Har-Ber. They have played some tough competition. They had their scrimmage was against Tulsa Union, one of the traditional powers in Oklahoma football. Then opened up with 2 games against Missouri schools. Webb City, Missouri, who they lost to 36-28, and defeated Kansas City Rockhurst a week ago. Good program, stepping up in competition. Big hit on Fuller Chandler as he throws to the end zone.
It's a perfect strike.
Catch is made. He took a big hit, but the touchdown reception is made by number 3, Dalton Dugandra. And it is 6-0 in favor of Har-Ber.
Break down there in the secondary. Just a split second longer, and he's on the ground and not making that throw. But he knew it was coming and delivered a perfect strike. Got to give Fuller a lot of credit on that throw.
Smith will hold. Zamumbo will attempt the point.
Zamumbo will attempt the extra point. And Har-Ber takes a 7-0 lead. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
So a 36-yard touchdown pass from Fuller Chandler to Dalton Dugandara. And the extra point being good gives Har-Ber a 7-0 lead. There was some great pressure on him, and he did take a big hit, but he unloaded the ball just in time.
Yeah, Sawyer Tomlin came in and hit him. If he could have got there just a split second earlier.
Zamumbo will kick off for Har-Ber.
Allen and Josh Lilly are deep for the kick.
And it is taken in the end zone, and that'll come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Strong leg there. Getting it into the end zone with no effort.
1:09 to go in the first quarter. Glad that you're with us. Stick around. We've got the game for you tonight. We're glad that you are watching our rebroadcast of the home games. Of course, when we get to the road in a couple of weeks, we'll have our live stream for you once again. Those of you who have been watching that and enjoying it, we certainly appreciate that, and hope that you're enjoying the rebroadcast as well of Wampus Cat football on Conway Corporation Channel 5. And thank you to Conway Regional Health System for sponsoring our broadcast this year. On the ground, we've had some success there tonight.
Yep.
Shamar Harper.
Strong run, yeah, and that is a good sign. We moved the ball. We just started going backwards when we got down into the red zone. Gotta keep it going.
9-yard gain.
Running game will definitely help you when you get inside that red zone.
Three wide outs for Braylon Smith. Handoff.
Oh, he fumbled.
Fumble. Ball loose. Picked up by Har-Ber. Will be tackled at the 44-yard line. Noah Hayward picked up the fumble. And the Har-Ber Wildcats get the first turnover of the night.
Harper fighting for some more yards. He was doing a good job getting through there. They just held him up and stripped that ball out, though. Boy, such a good start for Conway. They moved the ball, got a first down, and then Har-Ber did not look good on offense their first possession. All the momentum now on their side with that 7-0 lead.
And with the big-armed quarterback, you wonder if they'll try to go for it all here, and they're looking for Trey Smith. Throws it deep.
Wow.
Catch is made. Touchdown. Fuller Chandler is hit as he lets it go, but not before he finds Trey Smith, who got open. 44-yard touchdown.
Connor Maltbia in coverage there. Just let him get behind him. And Fuller's, I mean, that's just two perfect throws. Right on the money. Yeah, going to have to drop that safety back or something. They are playing a run and getting burnt.
14-0. Har-Ber takes the lead out to 2 scores. We will take a 30-second break and come back on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
Great teams deliver. That's why Conway Corporation and Conway Regional Health System have teamed up for another great season of Wampus Cat football. And we want you to share this season with us on social media. Use the hashtag Born to be a Wampus Cat and contest to share your photos on Conway Regional's Facebook page. You'll be entered in a weekly drawing for prizes or a grand prize at the end of the season. So get out there and show everyone that you were born to be a Wampus Cat. It's going to be another great season of Wampus Cat football on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
14.8 seconds to go. It's 14-0 is our score. Wampus Cats find themselves down for the 3rd week in a row, trailing by 2 touchdowns here. And that's the sort of play that you're going to have to obviously come back. I mean, come back from the 7-point standpoint, but also from the emotional standpoint of it.
Yeah.
You give up the fumble, and then the first play, a big 44-yard touchdown pass that puts you down by 14.
Yeah, that is brutal. They came back from it in Jonesboro. They know they can do it. You got to get started real soon, though.
3rd kickoff of the night by Zamumbo. All 3 of them have been taken in the end zone. We'll come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Yeah, the Cats need a drive that ends in some points here. Gathered around Coach Glenn Ashcraft.
A little extra time over there, trying to fire them up. Dale's going to be the guy in the backfield now. Sticking with that run. They've had some success.
5-yard gain to the 25.
Dale, the ball carrier, gained 5 yards to the 25.
If you can get 5 yards to carry, you just keep doing it.
Tackle was made by.
And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. It's a quarter that's dominated on the scoreboard by the Springdale Har-Ber Wildcats. They lead 14-0 over your Wampus Cats. We will take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
Hello, I'm Jay Counts. At Legacy Fencing, our entire staff is knowledgeable and able to help you with your fencing project. Whether you call or drop by our office, the process will be smooth and continuous. One of our knowledgeable salespeople will meet with you and provide a free estimate. Your salesperson and our installers will meet with you to assure that your fencing plan is carried out. The end product, another satisfied customer, and the reason we are chosen best of the best again. Legacy Fencing. It's fencing for a lifetime.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration, so here it is. My living room before the water damage, and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
And we begin the second quarter, 14-0. The Wampus Cats trail. Pitch to McCall Dale. McCall to the 30. It's going to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. A Conway Regional 1st down. McCall Dale following Jacob Brown. 6'1", 270-pound senior. Good kid. Had a chance to visit with his mom before the game. Had that huge block a week ago. His mom was telling me that he enjoyed being able to watch that little clip that was on YouTube and watched it on the bus coming back. Complete. DeMonte Allen. Boy, took a big hit. Nice job holding on to the football.
Well, they swarmed to the ball. 3 guys coming at you every time. Allen with a good play there, though. Getting by the first guy again, picking up a couple yards.
39-yard line, 3rd down, or 2nd down, and 3.
Peyton Kofer on the stop for Har-Ber. On the ground. Close to the 40-yard line, McCall Dale.
About a yard gain there.
Dale, the ball carrier, gained a yard.
David Vowell on the stop.
Stop made by
Just underway in the second quarter. At halftime tonight, we will have our Conway Wampus Cat marching band's performance. We had part of it last week. They ran on the field, so we missed a little bit of the start of it. But we'll have the entire performance for you tonight. Hopefully we're talking about a bit of a comeback for the Wampus Cats at halftime as well. McCall Dale stacked up and dropped short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Dale, the ball carrier.
Boy, offense is waiting. They don't want to leave the field, but they're going to have to. You can't turn it over here.
Alejandro Ramirez, a 6'2", 300-pound sophomore. Big number 99, and on the stop. So 4th down and 2. Maybe try to draw him off sides with that little movement that the Wampus Cats like to do, but Chris Wood had his team ready for that.
Yeah.
So Jack Pillow will snap the ball.
Oh, flag does come in here.
Sure does.
5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to call a false start on us, on Conway.
False start against the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
Well, they're normally really disciplined in that. Obviously, they practice it a lot. First time I've seen them get called.
Referee Jason Brasher makes the call, puts the ball at the 35-yard line. So 4th down and 7.
7 now for the Cats at the 35.
Off the side of his foot.
Boy, they are not doing themselves any favors right now.
Out of bounds just inside the 45-yard line, and Har-Ber comes back on the field leading 14-0. Wampus Cat defense did a great job on the first drive. Held them to hardly anything. Since then, Har-Ber has scored with a couple of long touchdown passes. Fuller Chandler is their senior quarterback. He has thrown 12 touchdowns this year, no interceptions.
And looking pretty spectacular tonight. Chandler 4 of 4, 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just about perfect.
They'll hand the ball off to Luke Hannon. To the 47. Sawyer Tomlin. Ontavious Ellis. Kawan Green also. All there on the stop. 2nd down and 6. 9:15 to play in the second quarter. Har-Ber up 14.
Short game. Good job by the Conway defense.
Bring up 3rd down.
See if they take another shot here.
Big
See
pile
how
there.
Yeah, see how deep the safeties play for Conway.
3rd down, 3, Har-Ber.
Cameron King and Will Kennedy are the starters in the secondary. The safeties, Eric Webster, Connor Maltbia, the corners. Quarterback keep, runs on the left side, will be enough for a 1st down. Fuller Chandler will move the chains.
Chandler kept the football.
Well, everybody bet on that run, that play action there, and he just kept it plenty enough to get the 1st down.
2-yard line. Har-Ber football, 1st down and 10.
At the 42, 1st and 10. Trying to find an answer here on defense. Hannon.
Fake that sweep, went right up the middle. Keep your eye on that again as they have Trey Smith out there to the left of the quarterback on the little sweep that comes around. They're going to give it to him at some point tonight.
Ball at the 39-yard line. It's an interesting transfer to see Fuller Chandler make his way from Springdale High School over to Springdale Har-Ber. That Springdale High School program is not good. Yeah. They have had a lot of trouble. Haven't won a game in a while.
He was their bright spot.
He was, and now he's playing for this team. Playing pretty well.
And they did not bite on that. I said it was going to go to Trey Smith eventually. It did on the next play.
Logan Camp on the stop. It is 3rd down and 7.
Great job by that Conway defense. Ready for that. Taking their time getting it in. 12 seconds on the play clock.
Pressure. He's hit hard and throws. Pass sails high. It was Logan Camp that came in and leveled him.
Yeah, he did.
Well, Fuller Chandler's thrown 2 touchdowns, but he has been tattooed tonight by the Wampus Cat defense.
Yeah, he has got hit hard a couple times. I almost want to believe the receiver ran the wrong route there because he hadn't missed anything tonight until then.
4th down and 7.
That's his first incompletion.
They will go for it. Chandler also does handle their punting, so we'll see if he drops back and does a little quick kick.
Yeah, there's no reason they wouldn't go for it here, I don't think.
Pressure on him, but he throws. Pass is complete to Trey Smith, and they'll have the first down inside the 30. 1st and 10 for Springdale Har-Ber.
Too easy. Well, they had 2 receivers open that time, too. Brighton Cook was also open.
.7:11 to play in the first half. Har-Ber on top, 14-0. That's Luke Hannon.
Helmet's flying off. It is rough there in the middle. And you know the Springdale Har-Ber team has got a chip on their shoulder after Conway went to their new facility and beat them pretty easily.
31-15 was the win for Conway a year ago. The year before, it was a state quarterfinal victory for Conway over Har-Ber right here in this stadium. 52-42, that win for Conway over Har-Ber in 2013. It's Hannon again, down to the 20. Kawan Green stops him at the 21-yard line.
Kawan Green made the tackle at the 21-yard line.
Another 3rd down here. Only a couple needed. And they know they got a kicker that can make it from here too. See if they take another shot.
It definitely has a good strong leg, Jesus Zamumbo. Hopefully they'll need him right here. Be close to a first down inside the 20.
Another helmet flying off.
That'll be enough for a first down to the 18. So it's 1st and 10 Har-Ber.
This is one of those games where you want to have your chin strap on fully, all the snaps.
Last non-conference game, of course, for each team. On to conference action next week. Next week, the Wampus Cats right back here at John McConnell Stadium, playing host to Siloam Springs. Homecoming next Friday night. .540 to go, first half. That's Nasili.
Conway bringing that safety up to the edge. They keep running it right up the middle, though, and having success.
Ball at the 15-yard line. 2nd and 7. Silly again. He's a big guy. 6'2", 221-pound senior. You mentioned it earlier. He got the start at tailback. Hannon did not start.
Tackle was made by Sawyer Tomlin. 3rd down.
3rd down and about 3.
3rd down.
Fuller Chandler, number 8. He's their quarterback, come up under center. 4.5 to go in the first half. Fake pitch. Chandler pressured, now will throw. Incomplete.
Good coverage.
It was Connor Maltbia in the coverage on Trey Smith.
A good thing that pressure came in. He did have the back that came out of the backfield open in the flat. but he had to elude a rusher there.
Har-Ber.
So it's 4th down and 3. And Har-Ber will send on Jesus Samumbo to attempt the field goal. Trey Smith will hold. He'll put the ball down at the 19-yard line. So a 29-yard attempt for the sophomore kicker. Good snap and hold.
Wobbles through.
17-0. Springdale Har-Ber takes the lead with 4:19 to play in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
Don't pump your own gas. Come to Central Station, a full-service gas station in downtown Conway. If you're looking for some great food, our kitchen is open from 7 to 2 on Monday through Friday. We have a relaxed atmosphere, and you can dine in with us or get it to go. Like us on Facebook to see our menu and daily specials. If you want a quick snack, stop by for an assortment of candies and chips and drinks. Your children will enjoy the firefighter decor, so come see us at Central Station.
It's 17-0. Springdale Har-Ber has the lead over your Wampus Cats. Conway Corp is proud to be recognized as a reliable public power provider by the American Public Power Association for consistently providing Conway residents with the highest degree of reliable and safe electric service. You deserve the very best, and we're here to provide it. You can learn more at conwaycorp.com. 4:19 to go, first half, and Conway desperately needs to do something positive on offense. They'll start out from the 20-yard line again as the 4th kickoff of the night for Jesus Samumbo goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback.
Got to show some art here. They've had everything go against them so far, and just that offensive rhythm I talked about. We saw it at times, but it's still not consistent. This is the drive where it needs to come together, and maybe you rely on Braylon a little bit more here. But you can't go away from the run because they have had success doing it. They just hadn't put the whole drive together yet.
4:19 to go. First half, plenty of time to, of course, put some points on the board. McCall Dale back to the line of scrimmage. Robertson on the stop.
They had him behind the line of scrimmage a couple of yards. Great job of that stiff arm getting out of there.
No gain, 2nd down, 10.
Getting back to the line of scrimmage.
At halftime, we'll take a look at the 7A, 6A Central standings as well as the halftime scoreboard from around the conference. Next week, again, conference games get underway. Conway playing host to Siloam Springs. Nice job by Braylon to get away from that initial pressure. Still looking downfield, throws. Incomplete, it brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking for Pleasant on that. Nobody open too much. A little bit of a low throw there. Pleasant it didn't have a chance.
Clock stops with 3:38 to go in this first half. 3rd and 10. Wampus Cats want to guard against giving the ball back quickly. Pressure. Smith trying to get away from it. Throws downfield. Sails out of bounds. Sawyer Tomlin makes the catch behind his teammates on the sideline. That brings up 4th and 10, and Har-Ber will get the football back.
They didn't get a foot out of that. Definitely not what they wanted to have happen there. Just no rhythm, and Har-Ber just seems to be getting better and better. They are not giving Braylon time to throw. And now they're starting to close down any rushing lanes or what were earlier.
Pinkett, end over end kick, takes a good bounce. We'll be down at the 44-yard line, and that's where Har-Ber will take over 1st and 10.
36 yards is killed at the 44-yard line. 1st down and 10, Har-Ber.
So the Cats need to stop, Jim.
Well, you'd love to see that defense get the turnover, just make a play, because they need a spark right now. They need one of those kind of big plays, an interception, fumble, anything to spark this team. They're completely flat right now, and all the momentum is on Har-Ber's side. A little bit of confusion out there right now.
Luke Hannon carry.
Short gain. Hannon on the carry. Donald Joshua and Donovan Watson on the stop.
Gains the 47-yard line. Second down, 7.
Second down and 7. 3 minutes to play in the first half. In addition to checking out the scoreboard and the standings at halftime, we'll also be visiting with Dr. Greg Kendrick from Conway Regional Health System about some things that they have that are happening this year with the Wampus Cats. Chandler pressured and dropped.
Yeah. That is what they got to do. You cannot give that guy any time at all. You can see some enthusiasm now on that Conway defense. Rightfully so. That's a big play. Let's put together one more here.
Back at the 37, big loss.
Put together one more good play here and get the ball back.
Third down and 17. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Chandler looks to throw. Pass is complete. That's Trey Smith. Still on his feet over midfield. Stopped short of the first down. It will be 4th and about 3.
Chandler passing, complete to Trey Smith.
Well, the defensive back fell down right after Trey Smith caught that. And there was nobody there to stop him. He didn't need much room either. Big gain there.
So a minute 40, clock runs.
Still three yards short.
They will go for it.
Don't jump.
Play clock at 10. That may be what they're planning to do.
Yep, down to 5, yeah.
And they'll use a timeout here with a minute and 18 seconds to play in the first half. We will take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we will have the final minute or so of the second quarter. That's coming up on Conway Corporation Channel 5. (17-0) is our score. The Har-Ber Wildcats have the lead over your Wampus Cats. The Cats needing a stop. It is 4th down and 3. They chose to, instead of going for it there, at least they chose to call a timeout. They didn't get the jump that I'm sure that they wanted to give them the easy 5 yards. So instead, they will have to either decide to punt the football away or to go for it off a play called by Chris Wood. Again, Fuller Chandler handles their punting chores, or excuse me, he did earlier in the season. Now it's Zamumbo, so my apologies. Chandler on the field. This is definitely a case they're going to go for it.
Huge player. Oh, he did
He's
show.
going to run.
He had the option to punt there.
And takes a huge hit, but it's going to be after he picked up the first down.
Yeah.
Austin Norris and a couple of other Wampus Cats over there.
That's an interesting call there, where he had the option to punt if he had the pressure. He didn't see a guy out there, figured he could get it, and he pulled it down and ran for it, picked it up.
Got to the 45-yard line with a minute 13 to go in the first half, and Har-Ber's drive continues.
Huge play there for Har-Ber. I mean, that's a play right there. Could really put Conway away. They keep this drive going. Conway could have gotten it back, put a dent in that lead. Holding.
Looking for.
Oh, no way. Oh, he fumbled.
Trey Smith comes up with it.
Of course, he recovers.
Will Kennedy, you can see him there. He's so frustrated. He made a great play on the ball. It tipped. Trey Smith caught it.
Yep. Yeah, and Kennedy's the one that caused that fumble. He had an interception, turned out to be a reception, and then he came back and caused the fumble, but nobody from the Conway side was near the ball. And Trey Smith was able to get back on that.
So a minute to go.
Need a break here. They had a really good chance right there.
Hand off to Hannon.
Big hole.
Still on his feet.
Hannon to the 1.
It'll be second down.
Yard gain.
Just a couple plays in a game, and the team that makes those plays usually comes away with the win. So far, it is Har-Ber. It is not too late, though. Conway needs to get started soon, though.
Chandler under center. We'll give it to Luke Hannon, who will dive into the end zone. 1 yard touchdown run with 21 seconds to go. And it is all Wildcats right now. Zamumbo on to attempt the extra point.
I was talking about a quick start. I was talking about for us, not for them. They've completely turned that table, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're on the road. Come out and take the crowd out of it, and they've done that.
24-0. Har-Ber has the lead with 21 seconds to go in the first half. 24-0 lead for the Har-Ber Wildcats. We'll take a 30-second break and come back on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
21.8 seconds to go in the first half. It is all Har-Ber right now. 24-0 is our score. Har-Ber on top of your Wampus Cats, and just about the time you thought you saw a break for the Cats, the tipped ball.
Oh, man.
And then the fumble, all of it going against the Cats, and kickoff by Zamumbo goes into the end zone. So once again, the Cats will begin a drive at the 20-yard line.
Well, I mean, it looked like an interception. He had his hands, both hands on the ball, just bounced off right to Smith. And then they had the presence of mind to come back and did that tomahawk to knock it out. But no one there to get on the ball. Tough breaks there. And then you go back to the fourth down play. Defense wasn't all bad, but they've given up some points here. Offense has yet to show up. A couple of first downs.
Smith throws to the right. It is complete.
Smith passing. Complete to DeMonte Allen.
Monte Allen with the catch. That will be a Conway Regional first down.
First down in a while for the Wampus Cats.
At the 34.
Ball at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. 15.8 seconds. Har-Ber will get the football first to begin the second half. Pressure on Braylon Smith, and he will be dropped at the 23-yard line. And a first half that has belonged to the Har-Ber Wildcats will end that way as well. Halftime, Har-Ber 24, Conway 0. We will come back with the Conway Regional Health System halftime show, including a visit with Dr. Greg Kendrick from Conway Regional. We'll also have a look at the standings for the 7A, 6A Central, the scoreboard from the conference tonight, and a performance from your Conway High School marching band. That's all coming up on the Conway Regional halftime show on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
When someone you love is having surgery, you want to feel helpful, so you support them as they get better. But most importantly, you want them to have the best care available. That's why you trust Conway Regional, ranked among the top 10% in the nation for general surgery by CareChecks, who also ranked us #1 in the state for major cardiac surgery. And we've received 5-star ratings from Health Grades for hip fracture and knee replacement surgery year after year. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
All right, welcome back to John McConnell Stadium. Jeff Matthews and Jim Files normally, joined by Dr. Greg Kendrick right now from Conway Regional Health System. It is the Conway Regional Health System halftime show, and unfortunately it's not got any better in the past couple of minutes while we watch that commercial from Conway Regional. It's 24-0. Springdale Har-Ber has the lead. Dr. Kendrick, good to see you. It's a tough start to the first half for our Wampus Cats. I'm going to have you move that up just a little bit. There you go.
Moving the ball, but we're having a hard time getting third down into first down.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Conway Regional's involvement for just a minute, especially with the water. That's such an important part. Now it's week 3, but it's a hot night tonight. It's important for the athletes and all of us really to stay hydrated.
Right, stay hydrated. And I bought mine on the way up because I hate walking back down, but it really is, and it's. I was telling my wife on the way up, it's a hot night for the 3rd week of football season.
Absolutely.
So we're very excited about that and glad to be able to help out Conway High School and Conway Athletic Department with that donation.
And that's a unique donation in the sense that it's the bottled water that when you come to a game and you buy that water, you're actually helping the athletic programs, or I think it may be the band programs. I'm not sure who it is, and I apologize for not knowing, but it is helping Conway High School.
Right. For Conway High School, and 100% of the money that they sell that water for goes back into their program. So.
Well, we're excited about our involvement with Conway Regional this year. This Born to be a Wampus Cat thing. Now, were you born here?
I was not born here, but
okay.
I am a Wampus Cat.
See, and that's how I was actually born here, but all of my education was done somewhere else.
Oh.
But I was born to be a Wampus Cat in that
Right.
sense. And so you don't have to be born and raised here to be a Wampus Cat. It's as much a feeling as anything.
Right. I think so. I've got 3 kids that were born in our hospital that are Wampus Cats and are excited to be that, So, our family is certainly tied to it, and you're right. You don't have to be born here, but there have been a lot of Wampus Cats born at Conway Regional over the last 77 years.
Absolutely. And a lot of these kids that we're seeing, and unfortunately this year we've had to care for some of these kids. It's been a rough year as far as injuries go.
No, it sure has. I know there have been some key players that have gone down, and I hate that. It is tough, and some of them seniors, and that's going to be a tough thing to take in your senior year.
Well, I know they've received great care at Conway Regional, and so we appreciate all that you guys do over there, and thanks for partnering with us this year.
Sure. Very glad to do it.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll come back with more in just a moment. He's Dr. Greg Kendrick from Conway Regional Health System. We will have the Conway High School Marching Band next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
When someone you love is having surgery, you want to feel helpful, so you support them as they get better. But most importantly, you want them to have the best care available. That's why you trust Conway Regional, ranked among the top 10% in the nation for general surgery by CareChecks, who also ranked us #1 in the state for major cardiac surgery. And we've received 5-star ratings from Health Grades for hip fracture and knee replacement surgery year after year. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
Kyra Daniels, Caroline Giles, and Ethan Chen, the Conway Wampus Cat Marching Band.
When someone you love is in the hospital, you want to feel helpful. So you do what you can to make them feel better. And you want to ensure they have the best care possible. That's why you trust Conway Regional. We've invested $100 million in new facilities, services, and technologies to become the most complete and comprehensive healthcare system in our area. It's why we're consistently named the region's most preferred hospital. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
Great teams deliver. That's why Conway Corporation and Conway Regional Health System have teamed up for another great season of Wampus Cat football. And we want you to share this season with us on social media. Use the hashtag Born to be a Wampus Cat and contest to share your photos on Conway Regional's Facebook page. You'll be entered in a weekly drawing for prizes or a grand prize at the end of the season. So get out there and show everyone that you were born to be a Wampus Cat. It's going to be another great season of Wampus Cat football on Conway Corporation Channel 5.
And you see the student section making their way back onto their feet. We're 24-0 is our score, 24-0 with Springdale Har-Ber having the lead right now. We will hopefully see a big comeback for the Wampus Cats in the second half. We'll see if that happens or not. We are going to have a look at the 7A, 6A standings for you. We'll take a look at the halftime scoreboard, and also we'll have the halftime stats. That's all going to come up in just a moment as the Conway Regional Halftime Show continues. You're watching Wampus Cat football tonight on Conway Corporation Channel 5. I'm Jeff Matthews. Join me for Breaking It Down, our weekly look at the Wampus Cat football highlights. We're on at 9:30 on Channel 5 every night, except for Thursdays. We're on following the game rebroadcast. Breaking It Down, brought to you by Conway Regional Health System.
Give me Wampus Cats to go.
And welcome back to John McConnell Stadium. It's Jeff Matthews and Jim Files with you. Stat Scott Taylor is here. We've got Nolan, who's one of our camera guys, is back there. We've also got Levi, who's handling everything online tonight. Unfortunately, all of us are telling the same story, which is that the Wampus Cats are trailing 24-0 as we are at halftime. The Conway Regional Halftime Show continues. Let's take a look at the 7A, 6A and standings. We're looking at the standings with the scoreboard. We're also going to look at the first half stats, and so we will have those before you come up here on the screen, and we will we'll talk about that. First of all, in the 7A, 6A Central, right now, Bryant, Greenwood, and Siloam Springs are all 2-0. Alma, Conway, Russellville, and Van Buren 1-1. Everybody in the conference right now is at least one win on the season, and so that will nobody's going to go into the conference part of the season winless this year. Elsewhere tonight in the 7A, 6A Central, tell you what that looks like here with our scores from around the conference. Alma's leading Harrison right now 13-0. Little Rock Central is playing Bryant. Bryant's got a 9-0 lead over Central. Fort Smith Northside made the short trip over to Greenwood, and Northside is actually beating Greenwood 10-3 right now. Little Rock Catholic and Little Rock Parkview are hooking up, and Parkview's got a 13-3 lead over a good Catholic school. Pottsville and Russellville are playing rivals just down I-40 from one another, and Pottsville's got the lead 12-10 at the half. Claremont, Oklahoma, and Siloam Springs. Claremont's got the lead 12-0 over Siloam Springs, which in some polls is ranked in the top 10. Van Buren playing host to Farmington tonight, and the Pointers have a 13-0 lead. Elsewhere in the 7A, 6A Central this evening here, it's 24-0 Har-Ber with that lead. Jim, let's take a look at some of the first half stats, and it's going to tell the same story that the scoreboard tells.
And graphic is a little off. We didn't hit a refresh as I ran those up here. So I'll give you the updated ones. Conway with 6 first downs and Har-Ber with 9. 59 yards on the ground for Har-Ber, 67 for Conway. Through the air, that is where Har-Ber's really damaged Conway, 153 yards on 7 of 9 throws, and Conway 28 yards through the air on 3 of 8. And total yards 95 for Conway, 212 for Har-Ber, and Fuller Chandler 7 of 9, as I said, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. Braylon Smith just having trouble getting set to throw the ball, and it's still out of sync, so that we don't have that consistency that we talked about coming in. 3 out of 8, 28 yards through the air for Braylon Smith. No touchdowns and no interceptions is one good thing. Shamar Harper, he was doing great starting out. 6 attempts, 53 yards. Unfortunately, he fumbled. He was averaging 8.8 yards, and we've seen mostly McCall Dale since then, and he's had 9 carries for 39 yards. That's a 4.3 yard carrying average. Just a very frustrating game so far for Conway. Nothing seems to go right, and you could just see they were deflated and emotionally out of that game, mostly in the second quarter. I think they had 1 first down in that second quarter, and Har-Ber just doing whatever it wants. And there at the end, they were just running straight up the middle and picking up yards.
Coach Clint Ashcraft keeping them in the field house for a little bit longer, a 20-minute halftime, and he's had them in there the whole time, and they have yet to come this way, and they're opening up the garage door now to allow them to make their way back onto the field. So we are a couple of minutes away from kicking things back off to begin the third quarter, and Har-Ber's going to get the football first, so we'll see if our defense can make a stop and try to win the second half. We lost the first half 24-0. What can happen in the second 2 quarters with those guys in blue? Good to see them back on the field. Let's see how they handle these final 24 minutes of football. We will take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back with more. And the kickoff of the third quarter, you're watching the Conway Regional Health System halftime show on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
When someone you love is having surgery, you want to feel helpful, so you support them as they get better. But most importantly, you want them to have the best care available. That's why you trust Conway Regional, ranked among the top 10% in the nation for general surgery by CareChecks, who also ranked us #1 in the state for major cardiac surgery. And we've received 5-star ratings from Health Grades for hip fracture and knee replacement surgery year after year. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
I'm Jeff Matthews. Join me for Breaking It Down, our weekly look at the Wampus Cat football highlights. We're on at 9:30 on Channel 5 every night, except for Thursdays. We're on following the game rebroadcast. Breaking It Down, brought to you by Conway Regional Health System.
Give me Wampus Cats to go.
And the Wampus Cats trail Springdale Har-Ber 24-0. Thank you for watching Wampus Cat football tonight. I want to share with you a couple of announcements that were given to us. The Wampus Cat Baseball Parents Association hosting its 9th annual golf tournament on Saturday, September 26th at the Greens at Nutter Chapel, a week from Saturday. If you're watching this on Saturday, a week from today, but it is the 26th. The tournament format will be the usual 4-person scramble, shotgun start at 8, lunch served immediately following the tournament, followed by presentation of winners and other prizes. Don't miss your chance to be part of the 9th annual event. Help out the Wampus Cat Baseball Parents Association for the Wampus Cat baseball team coming off a great year, playing for a state title a year ago. Contact John Flusmeyer. He's the president of the Wampus Cat Baseball Parent Association. 247-3583. Get a hold of John and he will get you hooked up with that golf tournament. Also, April Worley let me know today that the teachers and sponsors of FBLA, FCCLA, FEA, and FFA want you to know that there is a fish fry fundraiser on October 9th from 4:30 to 7:30. That's a home football game that night against Greenwood, and you'll have a chance to come by and eat dinner early. You can have fish, chicken, shrimp, the sides, drink, all for $12. Tickets are being sold from students and sponsors early, so come out and enjoy a great meal, help out those organizations, and grab dinner before the game. During our interview at halftime with Dr. Greg Kendrick, we talked about the water that is that you buy when you come to the sporting events, and you get those, and Conway Regional has donated those, and I was talking about where the money goes, and it goes to all of Conway Public Schools, and so those are being donated around the district, and so wanted to make sure that we shared that information correctly, and so that is the story with that. And so it's 24-0. We've handled everything first half wise football. We've handled the halftime show. It's time to get the third quarter going, and now we've got to win this second half, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see a gut check. I didn't recognize that team in the second quarter. It's not the Wampus Cats, I know, and I know this team has dealt with a lot. The injuries and just the emotional, stuff that they've had going on because of the leaders that they've lost. But they've got to show up here. and start moving the ball and start showing some emotion, especially on offense. That was bad.
Trey Smith will return the kickoff.
And I left him out of the first half stats. He had 5 receptions, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Big first half for him. Monte Allen, the only 3 receptions for Conway. 3 receptions for 28 yards for him. Other receivers need to get involved for Conway. But I mean, mostly you got to give Har-Ber a lot of credit. They've come in here and they're bullying Conway in their own place, just like we did them last year. Maybe a little more so.
Second half underway. And it is a run. That's Nasili to the 45-yard line.
It's Nasili's 3rd carry. 10 yards now for him.
Balls at the 45-yard line. 4-yard gain, second down and 6.
Second down and 6. Short gain, it brings up 3rd down.
There it is, pounding right now, right up the middle. Good stop there for the Conway defense.
Austin Norris, Donald Joshua, Donovan Watson across the line there. And that is one of the many areas where the Wampus Cats have been dealing with injuries. Datrion Macon injured last week. And he is missing. And Donald Joshua was such an important part because he was a backup to anybody along that line. And he's been put into the starting role to the 47-yard line. It will be 4th down and short. Donovan Watson on the stop.
Long 2. It's like almost 3 there. It is 3.
Got across midfield to the 49 to get a first down, and so 4th down and 3, they will go for it.
Be a great start the second half here. They could get a stop here.
Nasili kicks it out. He'll get enough for the first down. Pushed out at the 41-yard line. Eric Webster made the stop, but not before the first down was picked up by Tali Nasili.
Webster, nice tackle in open field. Boy, nothing was up the middle there, and he took it to the outside, and nobody was there. Easy first down. A lot of experience back on that offensive line for Har-Ber, and it's showing.
Good tackle as he comes through the line. Linebacker stepped up. Logan Camp made the stop.
Camp with a big hit there.
It is 2nd down.
Eric Webster also on the play. Second down 6.
2nd down and 6. Three wideouts for Fuller Chandler. Chandler as good as advertised tonight.
Little shovel pass to Hannon. Don't see that play a lot in high school football.
At the 32-yard line, tackled by Donovan Watson.
Watson brings down Kunkel at the 32-yard line. Hannon back behind Fuller Chandler. Ran that little shovel pass you talked about out of the H-back. That's a good stop.
Huge play there.
Donald Joshua. Got past his offensive lineman and made the stop in the backfield. It'll be 4th down and short. Watch Donald Joshua come through here. Boy, it's a great play.
Yeah, great penetration back there. Hit him behind the line of scrimmage. See if he can do it again.
Already picked up 1 4th down on this opening drive of the second half. Quarterback keep, and he'll have enough for a first down.
And more. A lot more. Flag, yep. It's going to be holding on Springdale. It's going to come back some. Still a first down, though.
Carries near the end zone. There is a flag on the field.
Well, that was unnecessary holding. going to nullify a huge gain.
Yeah, he was past that.
Yeah. Receiver out there.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So it is 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and as Jim mentioned, it was well past the first down marker, so it will be 1st and 10. Har-Ber's got the football, and they're rolling, leading 24-0.
Football is off the 12-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 10, Har-Ber.
Watson coming back out.
Use the word deflated both on and off the air, Jim, and that's certainly the way it feels. It feels that way walking around the press box at halftime, watching the way the fans are reacting right now. Luke Cannon battles his way into the end zone and scores from 12 yards out, and Har-Ber extends their lead.
Yeah, absolutely deflated. Fans don't have anything to be excited about. And you can tell on the sidelines too. Wampus Cats players, there's just no emotion there.
Trailing 30-0.
Or no positive emotion anyway.
Zamumbo will attempt the extra point. Trey Smith holds. And Har-Ber leads 31-0. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
Har-Ber leads 31-0 over your Conway Wampus Cats. Conway Corp has been powering the Conway community since 1929, and we're proud to provide Conway residents with electric, water, cable, internet, and telephone services with home security coming soon. You can learn more at conwaycorp.com. 8:18 to play in the 3rd quarter, and it is all Har-Ber tonight, 31-0. First time tonight that Zamumbo's kick will not go into the end zone. Tay Allen returns it. Nice return to the 25. And that's where the Cats will have it, 1st and 10. Wampus Cats needing something positive to happen, including giving the defense a chance to be on the sideline for a few minutes. We need some offense.
Absolutely. I'm trying to remember the last time Conway got mercy ruled, and we're getting pretty darn close to that. Conway's offense needs to prevent that from happening here. That offensive line's got to give Braylon enough time, and the receivers got to find an opening. Need to get Pleasant involved. Hadn't caught a ball all night. There we go.
Pass is low, but caught.
Braylon Smith passing complete.
Pleasant's first reception of the night.
Marquise Pleasant made the catch. Ball's at the 31-yard line. 5-yard gain, 2nd down, 5.
Second down and 5. Handoff. Going to be 3rd down.
Har-Ber carried.
You mentioned the last time that these Wampus Cats were mercy ruled, the sportsmanship rule. Levi Gilbert telling us that it's been since the 2009 Bentonville game, last time that happened. So it has been a while.
I think I remember that now. So cornerback some, so I try to forget all those bad plays, bad games.
Smith sacked at the 25-yard line. David Vowell makes the tackle.
Boy, everything, the play they call on defense is working. We try to pass, they blitz. We try to pass, they drop back. Everything's working for them. Punting again.
Grayson Pinkett's punt drops at the 47 and takes a nice bounce down to the 33-yard line where it will be downed. It has just been one of those nights. We're halfway through the third quarter, and the Har-Ber Wildcats have the football back.
It's so bad. I think that punt's the highlight for Conway
That
so far.
was, yes, that's getting a good bounce on a punt, and it has just been one of those nights. They do not happen very often, but they have definitely happened tonight.
Well, ever since Ashcraft's got here, I mean, it's hard to remember games that we haven't been competitive. So far, this is one of them. Maybe the least competitive we've been.
Yeah, that Bentonville loss back in 2009 was a 42-0 loss in week 1. That shovel pass again. They're running that to Kunkel. Clayton Kunkel, 5'8", 217-pound junior.
5-yard gain, second
Helmet pops off.
Had 3 of those tonight so far. Still some physical play along that line. Conway's won some battles, but just not enough.
And a whistle, a timeout called. 31-0. The Har-Ber Wildcats had the lead, and they want to stop the clock. We'll stop it with them. 5:37 to go in the third quarter. 30-second break, and we're back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
Hi friends, this is Barney with Countryside Motors. Thank you for your business.
$31-0 is our score. Five and a half to go, third quarter. Second down and 4 for the Har-Ber Wildcats. That's Hannon.
Yep.
Enough for a first down at the 45-yard line. Buchanan last year almost 1,500 yards on the ground, the leading rusher in the 7A West.
And he has yet to cough that ball up. I said that's one thing he has done early this year is fumble. He's done that twice, but he's not giving Conway anything tonight. And now with 70 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Flea flicker.
Yep.
Austin Norris.
He's got
him. Well, that's a big play.
Huge play. Norris.
Give these fans something to cheer about. Austin Norris did not fall for the flea flicker. He battled off that offensive lineman and
just grabbed that shirt. And once big Austin Norris gets a hold of you, you're going down. One bright spot there for Conway.
31-0. Second down and 23. Chandler, complete to Blackston.
Oh, wow. Missed tackles. Enough for first down.
Tyler Blackston.
Boy, very quick, shifty moves there. You got to make those tackles, though. He would have been well short of the first down. It's amazing how much better a top-notch quarterback can make you.
Yeah, this is the difference in this team. Intercepted.
Right on cue there. You should have praised him earlier.
That's Will Kennedy who steps in front of it, makes the interception and returns it to the 32-yard line.
Wow, I don't know what he was looking at there. That's just a bad throw. That's a wobble. Look at it. Came off his hand wrong. That was supposed to be a lot higher, and he was open. Will Kennedy taking advantage of that bad throw there. Huge play there. Probably the spark we've been asking for. See if the offense can build on that.
4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Cats trail 31-0. McCall Dale sets up behind Braylon Smith. Braylon looks to throw. Fires. Just a yard short. Braden Leach.
Leach trying to get under that. That's just too hard to do.
2nd down and 10. It's the 32-yard line, just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pass complete. That's Monte Allen.
Everything's got to be quick, though. The only thing we've had success with are those short routes. Braylon Smith, 4 of 9, 33 yards. The longest pass has been 14 yards. Now 5 of 11, 37 yards.
3rd down and 6. Smith, complete.
You see what happens when he has time.
Marquise Pleasant makes the catch out of bounds at midfield.
Got to give him time. No question, Braylon can throw it. Look at that blocking up front. Only rushing 3, but he can still find somebody.
Pleasant picked up 5 yards after the catch. Smith, directing traffic.
He's still got time. If he looks, Allen had
he'll run.
All right, good decision.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Boy, Har-Ber playing that real safe. Only rushing 3. They had a 4th guy that was a spy, making sure the running back didn't come out of the backfield. No pressure at all there. Good decision by Braylon. Good poise, too. He kept looking downfield.
McCall Dale into the secondary. Dale with the big run.
Oh.
Pulls the ball loose. The secondary.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
The safety that did, and a flag comes in. McCall got into the secondary, was about to go down. The ball comes loose.
Fumble recovered by Har-Ber.
2nd time tonight that they have ripped the ball loose.
And boy, I thought he was on the way down, but I think they were holding him up there. What a great run, too. Look at it. He just grabs the ball. Was he down?
Yeah, his knee was real close to being down.
After the play, personal foul against Har-Ber.
Personal foul against Har-Ber will back them up. So 3:13 to play in the third quarter. Har-Ber has the football following the turnover.
Personal foul during the play.
And a dejected bunch of Wampus Cats making their way over to the chairs on the sideline.
Putting together a positive drive.
Har-Ber 9-yard line.
Fumbles will kill you. Did there. Field position is the only positive thing out of that.
Back inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. 1st and 10. Har-Ber begins their possession here. The pitch to Hannon. A couple of yards.
And carried to the 12. Gain
Austin Norris. Nick Fletcher on the stop.
Austin Norris and
well, you talked about Norris being one of the leading tacklers, and it's all the more amazing because he's double teamed almost all the time, and he's playing on that line. He's not free to, like a linebacker is to make those plays. Just shows his dominance on that defensive line.
Second down and 6. Chandler under center. Logan Camp comes off the left side, makes the stop.
Tackle by Logan Camp. Yard gain.
Luke Hannon on the carry again.
6.
Two minutes to play in the third quarter. All Har-Ber, they lead 31-0. Third down and 5.
Conway bringing a lot of people. Short throw.
That'll bring up fourth down, and Har-Ber will have to punt. So the last couple of drives, an interception and a forced punt. Some positive things happening.
Little late, but yes, you're right, and they got to build on that. Finally getting them to punt. Should get good field position here. Leach standing on the 50.
Punting position.
Just don't let it get over your head here. We know he's got a strong leg.
And they'll use their second timeout of the half. 1:47 to play in the third quarter. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
Great teams deliver. That's why Conway Corporation and Conway Regional Health System have teamed up for another great season of Wampus Cat football. And we want you to share this season with us on social media. Use the hashtag Born to be a Wampus Cat and contest to share your photos on Conway Regional's Facebook page. You'll be entered in a weekly drawing for prizes or a grand prize at the end of the season. So get out there and show everyone that you were born to be a Wampus Cat. It's going to be another great season of Wampus Cat football on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
1:47 to play in the third quarter. 31-0. Har-Ber on top. It has been a rough night to be a Wampus Cat tonight.
It certainly has. Now Conway brought back Allen. It's a second returner back there with Leach. They're both scooting up.
Braden Leach takes the punt. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Har-Ber Wildcats.
And Leach puts Conway in good field position here.
So some positive things happening on the last offensive drive before the ball was ripped away from McCall Dale. So hopefully,
if finally had Braylon Smith getting in some rhythm, receivers getting some confidence, running the ball, as you mentioned with Dale, and then the fumble. I mean, that just stops the cold.
Harper in at tailback gets the carry. 5-yard gain. It's second down.
Dale, the leading rusher for Conway now. 10 attempts, 67 yards, averaging 6.7 yards a carry. And that was Harper's 8th carry. Almost 60 yards now. 58 yards.
Whistle. Flag comes in from the side.
All start on Conway.
Minute 5 to play in the third quarter. Cats are back home next week. Siloam Springs will be here. It's an improved Siloam Springs team also.
It doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, it doesn't.
All of a sudden, our conference is looking really good.
Smith.
Oh, nowhere to go.
Sacked at the 45-yard line. It will be third down. But the stop at the 42.
It's a 4th sack on Braylon Smith.
Third down, 17.
Conway's defense has gotten 4 of their own.
3rd down and 17. Braylon Smith looking deep. Once Marquise Pleasant.
Oh, it was right on the money off of his hands. Second one Pleasant's had.
Pass is incomplete. 4th and 17.
What a beautiful throw. Pleasant's not going to sleep good tonight. He knows that's the second one he's had. Finally got time. If you give Braylon Smith time, he can put it on the money. Just hadn't had much time at all tonight. That's a good punt. Not a good roll, though.
Nope, kind of dies right there at the 17, 16-yard line. And with 7.1 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, Har-Ber will take over 1st and 10, leading 31-0. There's a couple of things that you want to see happen in these 3 non-conference games. You'd love to win. You really want to get out of there without any injuries. Unfortunately, unless something amazing happens, the Cats are going to be 1-2 in the non-conference and come out of it with quite a few injured players. Luke Hannon on the carry, crosses the 30-yard line, and that will stop the clock as he gets the 1st down. The Cats are missing 3 starters on both sides of the ball. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th quarter. Har-Ber's up big, 31-0. We take a 60-second break, and we've got the 4th quarter next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
How many people are killed in car crashes in Arkansas each year?
100 to 250.
300?
300 or 400? No clue.
About 500 people die annually. To reduce those deaths, what's an acceptable goal?
I think you should cut it in half, maybe?
No more than 100. Fewer than 50.
How many deaths are acceptable for your family?
0. 0.
0. 0.
None.
None. Absolutely none.
Toward 0 deaths, 1 death is too many.
Watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Why me do now watch me walk like an Egyptian.
We begin the 4th quarter, and it is all Har-Ber, 31-0. 1st and 10.
With a great night, except for that last interception. He's 8 of 12, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Dungara on the carry. 2-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 8.
Donovan Watson made the tackle. 2nd down 8.
Amazing how they transform this offense from a run first to a pass first.
Flag comes in. And the difference that one player can make. I mean, I don't think it's understated. And you hear that and you think, it's not one player. Well, we saw this team a year ago and they won 3 games and that was it. And it's a different football team. And he'll be here 1 year. This quarterback we're talking about transferred over from Springdale High School and has really changed the face of this football team. Har-Ber was not a factor in the 7A West a year ago.
No.
Now, granted, we haven't seen the Bentonvilles and the Fayettevilles, but this is a good football team, and they will hold their own with him at the helm. Throws the ball deep.
He got absolutely drilled.
Dara makes the catch, the 39.
Donald Joshua just leveled him. I thought they were going to throw a flag for a late hit. He just leveled him. At least he'll remember this game. There's going to be some bruises.
Right, at the very least.
Yeah.
6'1", 205-pound senior quarterback that's taken some big hits tonight.
But and almost every one of them, he's delivered it. I mean, you could see that potential, some last year. I mean, they just didn't, they didn't have the quarterback, and they really struggled because of that last year. Definitely remarkable how much better they are.
Trey Smith nowhere to go. Good job by the defense. Austin Norris and Tavius Ellis, and then 2 flags come in at the same time.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy out there, and surprisingly, it's Springdale a lot. I don't maybe Conway's talking to him some.
Late flag on the play.
I think that one might be on Conway.
Donovan Watson.
Yeah, Watson's had to be encouraged to leave the field.
After the play, personal foul against Conway. 15-yard penalty. Both plays, first down.
It's a lot of pride on that Conway side too, and especially some players, and Watson's one of them. Just don't like to lose, and don't like to lose like this. It's humiliating. Still don't want to see that, that kind of play. And all those guys that were on this Conway team last year, part of that win, they don't like this one bit. There you go. Just keep playing hard. Donald Joshua again, playing well. Taking over for Macon.
And I think about this team and what they've had to deal with in regards to that. It's one thing to be without the players on the field, but we know, and talking to parents, this is a really, really tight bunch, and it's got to weigh on them emotionally to watch their teammates be injured and watch them go down. Tyler Blankston, the intended receiver, Blackston rather, passes dropped.
Will Kennedy stuck his hand out there. I think he may have tipped it a little bit, but it was still almost caught.
Kennedy's done a nice job the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Taking over that starting role, and I know especially with Datreon in his situation, that's a brother that's hurt. I mean, this is a family, and so to watch him go through this has been, I'm sure, difficult for them. And coming up against a team like Har-Ber, that's, boy, their stock is rising right now. Conway's dealing with some injuries, trying to find its footing, get these 3 games out of the way, and then what can happen over the next 7 weeks are really all that matters when it comes to the ultimate goal, and that's to win a state title.
Norris delivering a big hit.
Fuller Chandler again. Norris looked back at him, but he passes complete to Trey Smith, and it's 1st and goal inside the 10.
Chandler looked at the official, but that was pretty well timed. The one earlier, Mike could have made a case for a late hit. That was just a good football play there. Got to let that quarterback know you're there. Make him think about those throws, and he has showed ice in his veins tonight.
Well, and I don't know that he'll be hit any harder all year.
Yeah.
He has really taken some licks.
Oh, Hannon again.
Inside the 5, 2nd down and goal.
Just gets through there so quick.
Takes it to the 2.
Hannon looking for his 3rd touchdown.
King.
2nd down and goal from the 2.
Kennedy King on the tackle.
2nd down goal at the 2.
Buchanan, 21 carries, 103 yards.
And it's a touchdown. Tally Nasili is going to score the touchdown to give Har-Ber the lead up to 37-0.
Just gut-wrenching drives here for Conway. Still nothing on the scoreboard for the offense.
It's Zamumbo's extra point. Low snap.
Missed.
And it is missed. 37-0 though gives the AAA sportsmanship rule into effect with a 35-point lead. And so with 8:17 to play in the game, we'll have a running clock the rest of the time. We'll have that when we come back in 30 seconds on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Go Wampus Cats. All right. Yeah. Wampus Cats to go?
Wampus Cats to go.
All right. Give me some Wampus Cats to go. Woohoo! Woo!
I'm Jeff Matthews. Join me for Breaking It Down, our weekly look at the Wampus Cat football highlights. We're on at 9:30 on Channel 5 every night, except for Thursdays. We're on following the game rebroadcast. Breaking It Down, brought to you by Conway Regional Health System.
8:17 to play in the game. It's 37-0. Springdale Har-Ber has the lead, and it's been a while since the Wampus Cats have been on this end of a scoreboard like this.
Yes, it has. I could wait a little while longer too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's again non-conference, so got to focus on what happens next week, and hopefully these Wampus Cats can regroup. But it's just the way they're finishing here. Just no emotion, deflated. Not even making their own breaks here.
Kicker slipped. Taken at the 20-yard line.
Nice return.
Turn out to the 41.
Yeah. Good field position.
Robert Sewell on the return.
Ellis returned the kick to the 41-yard line.
Tavius Ellis was there as well. Looked like 33 that had it. Might have been 23.
No, I think you're right.
8:11 to play.
Har-Ber, Wampus Cats.
37-0. Cats will have 8 minutes here to start preparing for next week.
Just show a good drive. The ends and points. They've had a couple of decent drives tonight. None of them came away with any points. So.
Dale out to the 41, or excuse me, the 46. It will be second down.
Dale's 11th carry. 72 yards for him now.
Marquise Pleasant and DeMonte Allen out wide. Quick pass, that's Allen. DeMonte out of bounds at the 47-yard line, enough for a first down, a Conway Regional first down. We have not said that too many times tonight, unfortunately.
No, that's the 8th one. 19 first downs for Har-Ber.
7 on the tackle at the 48-yard line. First down 10, Wampus Cat.
Allen looking back. Braylon trying to get everybody in the right spot with the right play. Keeper.
I don't know if that was a busted play or.
Yeah, it did look like a busted play.
To the 45. That's the sort of thing Coach Rainey and Coach Ashcraft and the rest of the staff will work on this week, of course.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7.
Minutes, 30 seconds to play.
That quick out to Allen. Another couple of yards gained. It's third down.
This passing complete to Allen.
It's a pretty warm night. You see the guys that just threw a dry towel out to Braylon.
It is, yeah, definitely. Hot night.
Third down.
Probably the last one they have, more than likely.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Right? It's bad enough that it's hot. We're not playing well. We haven't scored yet. Let's have something positive happen. Braylon pressured. Steps out of it and throws.
Nice throw.
Pass complete. That's Jesse Ellis.
We talked about throwing to the tight ends. I believe that's the first one this season.
Jesse started the year as the backup right tackle. They changed his number and moved him to tight end after the injury to D'Artagnan Thompson. Jack Pillow moved to that H-back slot, number 15 that you see on the field.
Breland with a great job of making that happen, just buying some time and looking downfield, making that play.
The Conway Regional first down for the Wampus Cats. Again, that quick out on the right side to DeMonte Allen. Flag comes in. That was a demonstrative throw of the flag by that official.
It was.
Seems serious.
Flag on the play.
I think I've seen more of those flags, you know, away, you know, out by the wide receivers and the cornerbacks.
Personal foul, face mask. Half the distance to the goal. Result of the play is a first down.
First and 10 for the Wampus Cats. It's Conway Regional first down with 5:26 to play.
After the penalty, the football
Ball's going to be at the 12-yard line.
12-yard line.
Wampus Cats with a chance to get some points on the board here. They've been inside the red zone once tonight.
Yep. This is the deepest penetration here, though.
McCall Dale set up behind Braylon Smith.
Last time they got here, they started going backwards. Got
That's
some room.
Dale. McCall Dale into the end zone. The Wampus Cats are on the board for the first time tonight. 12-yard touchdown run by McCall Dale.
Just love the way he moves. You can see him as he goes through this hole. Watch the defenders. He just kind of sets them up. As he cuts to the right here, they've got a beat on him. He cuts to the right, and they're just falling down. Nobody even hardly touches him.
3 touchdowns a week ago against Jonesboro for Dale. Gets into the end zone for the first time tonight. The Wampus Cats get into the end zone for the first time tonight, and Christian Underwood will kick the extra point.
Oof, not pretty, but good.
And it is good, and the Wampus Cats are on the board. It is 37-7. Har-Ber's got the lead. We'll have the kickoff when we come back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
5 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the game. The Cats get on the board. A 12-yard touchdown run by McCall Dale, his 4th touchdown of the year. It's 37-7. Christian Underwood will kick off. Just his 2nd of the night.
And you know, that gives you something positive. It avoids the shutout. You put together a nice drive, running and passing. So at least some momentum here, and maybe the defense can do the same.
For the kickoff, there's a whistle.
Timeout, Har-Ber.
And Har-Ber calls its final timeout. We will take it with the teams on the field. 30-second break, and we're back on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Strike a pose.
Left foot, let's stomp. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
37-7, 5:13 to play. At Conway Corp, you can expect great local service from people you know and trust. We work hard to exceed your expectations every day because you're not just our customer, you are our neighbor. And just like you, we're proud to call Conway home. You can learn more at conwaycorp.com. Har-Ber used up all of their timeouts in the second half, leading throughout the ball game, leading 37-7. They didn't have the personnel they wanted on the field for this kickoff. Christian Underwood will put a foot into it. Get the defense back out there and see what they're able to do. Taken down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for that to go out of bounds. It stayed in bounds. Good kick there by Underwood.
First down, Har-Ber.
Tavius Ellis, Jordan Esther on the stop. 5:08 to play in the ball game.
Just looking for Conway to do some positive things here. Everybody knows not going to change the result of this game, but you can leave with some momentum if you play hard.
Backup quarterback in, that's Aaron Hennington, 5'11", 159-pound junior. It takes over for Fuller Chandler.
Tackled at the 25-yard line, second down, 11.
Lead his team to a 2-1 record as they move into the 7A West Conference play next week. The Wampus Cats will play host to Siloam Springs next week in the conference opener. And then on the road at Van Buren. Greenwood then at home. Then back on the road at Alman Catholic.
Austin Norris coming off the field. What a great game he played.
Hennington's pass is complete.
Short of a first down.
Bradley Bowling on the catch.
Logan Camp on the tackle. He's had a good
He has. Logan Camp's played a nice game. Stick around for our Conroe Regional Health System postgame show. We'll have our player of the game. Plus look at some of the final statistics on what has been a night that Har-Ber has dominated. Looks like it will be enough for a first down.
Dobson carries.
Dobson on the carry.
Tomlin made the tackle. First down, Har-Ber at the 30.
Tomlin on the stop. 3.5 minutes to play.
Clock starts as soon as the yard markers are set. Down to almost 3 minutes now.
Hennington will hand off on the sweep. 8-yard carry.
TJ Eckwood carries.
Eckwood on the carry. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. TJ Eckwood.
Will Kennedy made the tackle. Second down.
Famous last name in
Yeah,
Arkansas
that's what we were talking about, yeah.
sports. No, don't know if he's related.
I don't know.
Related,
Jerry Eckwood.
Yeah.
Former Brinkley Tiger star.
Going to be enough for a first down to the 48-yard line, and Tavius Ellis on the stop. Trevor Dobson on the carry.
First down, 10, Har-Ber.
Well, there's a lot of backups in, but they would love to get a stop here for the Springdale team.
First and 10. Hennington's pass complete. Out of bounds at the 47.
Hennington passes complete to Matt Thomas.
Thomas makes the catch. Under 2 minutes to play.
The 47-yard line. Second down, 4.
Second down and 4.
Dobson
Looks like that's going to be a little short.
Sawyer Tomlin.
Sam Revis made the tackle. Third down and a yard.
Sam Revis in the game.
It's an early homecoming.
Next week is homecoming. Andy Hawkins, the public address announcer, reminding fans of that.
Early. First conference game.
Yeah, very early this year.
Picked up a first down and more there.
That was Dobson.
Dobson carried.
They will move the chains.
Joshua made the tackle.
Donald Joshua on the stop.
Under a minute now.
Whistle blows.
Clock still runs. Maybe the last play here.
Once again, we'll have our Conway Regional Health System postgame show coming up following the game. We'll name our player of the game, and we will have a quick look at the final stats. Unfortunately, they are not going to tell a much better story than the scoreboard is going to tell tonight. 37-7 is going to be the final score. Har-Ber will get the dominating victory over your Wampus Cats.
They do have to run a play here. That ought to do it. Don't have to run any more plays. That's a ball game.
Final score, 37-7. Har-Ber gets the win. We'll take 30 seconds and come back with our Conway Regional Health System postgame show next on Conway Corporation, Channel 5.
When someone you love is having surgery, you want to feel helpful, so you support them as they get better. But most importantly, you want them to have the best care available. That's why you trust Conway Regional, ranked among the top 10% in the nation for general surgery by CareChecks, who also ranked us #1 in the state for major cardiac surgery. And we've received 5-star ratings from Health Grades for hip fracture and knee replacement surgery year after year. Conway Regional, our quality, your trust.
I'm Jeff Matthews. Join me for Breaking It Down, our weekly look at the Wampus Cat football highlights. We're on at 9:30 on Channel 5 every night, except for Thursdays. We're on following the game rebroadcast. Breaking It Down, brought to you by Conway Regional Health System.
Give me Wampus Cats to go.
And your final score tonight, 37-7. Springdale Har-Ber gets the win over your Conway Wampus Cats. The teams shaking hands at midfield. And Jim, our Conway Regional Health System postgame show begins with our player of the game. Our player of the game tonight is on the defensive side of the ball.
He is Austin Norris. Just a huge game, double teams all night. He had 5 solo tackles, 11 assists, and 2.5 sacks. Just a huge game for the big guy who, again, he faces those doubles teams and still makes plays. Honorable mention goes to McCall Dale. Another great game for him. 12 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. So both of those guys with the bright spots in a really tough game.
And tough, the operative word for sure. 37-7, our final score. Any stats that stand out to you that are worth mentioning here?
Well, I mean, just the fact that Conway only threw for 79 yards. Braylon Smith, 10 of 17, 79 yards. That's just a rough night for him. Allen, 7 receptions for 46 yards. Pretty good night for him. Pleasant, only 2 receptions, 20 yards, and we talk about those 2 drops in the end zone. Yeah. That's 14 more points that could have been a difference in the game. But mostly Conway just got beat up in this game. Har-Ber just came in and with a physical mindset, and once they hit Conway in the mouth, they didn't respond, and that's something they got to straighten up next week.
And they have a week to do that before they're back on this field in a week. 37-7, the final score. Har-Ber getting the win, but next week it's Siloam Springs. It's homecoming. It's the return of Peyton Hillis. It's so many storylines. But more importantly than anything, this team needs to find its fire again.
Yeah.
Needs to find its will again. And unfortunately, that was taken from them tonight. There's a lot to overcome. And if you follow this team, you know it. There have been a lot of injuries, a lot that they have to battle through. But I like Coach Clint Ashcraft being the one to lead this team with this group of seniors as they prepare for the 7 games that are the most important. These 3 games, you want to win them. But honestly, it doesn't really matter, because the way the conference seedings happen once you get to the playoffs are all based on the next 7 games. And we will have the broadcast for you next week of Siloam Springs against your Wampus Cats for homecoming 2015. For Jim Files and for Scott Taylor, Levi Gilbert here in the booth with us as well. Wayne Bailey and Ryan Tucker and the entire Channel 5 crew that have done another great job tonight bringing you the sights and sounds of Wampus Cat football. Unfortunately, it was not a great story again to tell tonight, 37-7 with Har-Ber getting the win. I'm Jeff Matthews, and we appreciate you watching Conway Corporation, Channel 5.